Okay, welcome. This is the Adult Education Meeting, Temple Bethel, Riverside. I'm Rabbi Gershon Kwasniewski, and I welcome you to study today or this evening about Tu Bishvat. Did you heard about Tu Bishvat? Do you know what is Tu Bishvat? What do you know about this Jewish date? And let's start with the very beginning. What it means, Tu Bishvat? Which is the translation of Tu Bishvat? Do you know? Do you remember that each letter in the Hebrew alphabet have a value? Okay, Tu, it's a junction of two Hebrew letters. Tet, that it's 9, and Vav, it's 6. 9 plus 6, it's 15. And then Tu Bishvat means the 15 of the month of Shvat. Shvat, it's the name of the Jewish month. Tu Bishvat, we call this date Rosh Hashanah Leilanot, the new year of the trees. We have different new years in our calendar. Do you know others new years in the Jewish calendar? The name of other new years?
Rosh Hashanah,
Rosh Hashanah, great. Rosh Hashanah.
Passover.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Rosh Hashanah. What we celebrate in Rosh Hashanah?
Birthday of the world.
Birth of the world, and also from the first man and the first woman. Okay, this is what we call Rosh Hashanah. Other Rosh Hashanah. You mentioned Passover. Why?
I just heard it's another New Year's. I forget why though.
Okay.
I should probably know.
Let's try to discover together why we consider the answer is right, Wendy. Let's try to see why we call also Rosh Hashanah to Passover, or why we celebrate also Rosh Hashanah and Passover. The answer is very simple. The month of Nisan, that it's the month of the holiday of Passover holiday, it's considered by the Bible, by the Old Testament, the first month of the year, because it's the month, the freedom month. And we start our history when we were freedom, when we went out from Egypt. And this is the way to consider that Rosh Hashanah, it's the time that we receive our freedom, that it was exactly after Yetziat Mitzrayim, when we went out from Egypt. Good evening, Diane. Welcome. Then we have Rosh Hashanah regarding to the first man and the first woman, and it's interesting that we consider Rosh Hashanah the month of Tishrei. Okay, Tishrei as the first month of the year. Nowadays, when we commemorate Rosh Hashanah, we commemorate on Tishrei, that we consider Tishrei the first month of the year. The Torah consider Nisan the first month of the year. In fact, there are two ways to understand. If Tishrei is the first month of the year, Nisan is the seventh month of the year. If we consider Nisan the first month of the year, Tishrei is the seventh month of the year. Okay, two ways. It's a tricky question, which one is the first month? All depends the point of view. If you consider the Torah, or if you consider the freedom month. And then we have another new year, that it's 10 of Elul, that it's the month of Elul, that it's considered also the new year for the animals. Okay. Then we have human, we have freedom, we have animals, and we have trees. And this day, that exactly finished now, because the Tu Bishvat started yesterday evening till this evening, we consider this day like the new year of the trees. We need to remember that trees always have an important place in our history and also in the holy books. When God created this world, we remember, the first thing that we remember is paradise, and we remember the trees, and we remember that there were some forbidden trees to eat and other trees that were allowed to eat. But Chava took a fruit. She said many of the painters represent this fruit as an apple. Okay, we don't know exactly if it was an apple or not, but everything started worse for the human being when they start to eat from the forbidden tree. Okay, something that I spoke with the senior group, we also refer to the Torah as Etz Chaim, okay, tree of life. A metaphor from the Torah, it's Etz Chaim. We consider the Torah, it's Etz Chaim. And there are many, many ways to understand Judaism, but Judaism also it's involved with nature. It's impossible to think about our religion if we don't consider the planet, if we don't consider the nature. Do you remember which one it's the word to define nature in Hebrew? How we say nature in Hebrew? We say teva, okay, teva, it's nature. The value of teva, the value of the letters of teva, it's the same value that the word Elohim. Elohim, it's one of the name of God. And what is the explanation? That it's very difficult to speak about God if you are not speaking about nature. It's very difficult to disassociate God from nature and nature from God. One question can be when we can stop to consider what is nature and when we start to consider what is God. When we look around us and we look the sky, we look the stars, the sun, the moon, the trees. This is part of the creation. And the creation, by a Jewish explanation, it's part of God. And God is part of the nature. Then if we are going against the nature in some way, we are going against God. If we are going against the human being, if we fight between us, if the peoples fight between one people fight with other and try to kill another man, another woman, they are killing the creation of God. They don't consider what God creates, and it's a way to go against God. If you destroy the planet, you are destroying the creation of God, and you are going against God. We need to understand also that the trees are so important for us, and we depend for them. The natural cycle, it's depend for the trees and how we taking care for the trees. One of the things that we often talk, it's about tikkun olam. We need to repair the world. It's a Jewish concept, very reformed Jewish concept, and also a conservative Jewish concept. Tikkun olam. Every time, if you are going to a synagogue, you will hear many times from the different rabbis about tikkun olam and how important it's to repair the world. To repair the world is to take care of the world. And how you can repair the world? Okay, you can plant. You can plant, you can take care for the cycle of the nature. Many of the things that happen nowadays, okay, why we have a strong rain today and a big period of dry? Yes, because we are not taking care enough from the nature. The nature, it's not be respected for us. And if you are looking for this day, we need to consider that in the Jewish calendar and all the celebrations started, of course, in most of them in the land of Israel, who are related to the land of Israel. And it's the end of the rain season. And then it's an appropriate time to plant new trees. This is the reason that Tu B'Shvat, it's the time that we celebrate the new year, because it's the new cycle and it's an appropriate time to plant new trees. We need to consider that this celebration starts with Hillel and his students, and they decide to organize a new year to the trees, and they organize what they called Seder, like a Passover Seder. Seder means order, okay? And they decide to organize an order of different blessings to bless the new fruits. And you have an obligation to bless a new fruit. And when you bless a new fruit, you need to say the blessing Shehecheyanu. Okay, you have your garden, you have your own trees. When you are going to eat the first time a new fruit, you are invited to pronounce two blessings. One of them, it's Bore Pri Ha'etz. Okay, the same blessing that we used to pronounce. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Bore Pri Ha'etz. Bore Pri Ha'etz, it's pri, it's fruit of the tree. We are blessing and we are recognizing God for the fruit of the tree. And the second blessing, before you eat this fruit, you need to say Shehecheyanu. Shehecheyanu, it's a blessing that we recognize that we are arriving to a festive or a holiday time. And this is a day of holiday, this is a day of joy, and this is a day that we recognize that we are alive to bless a new fruit. Do you remember the tradition? Do you remember some tradition regarding nature and the big temple of Jerusalem, the Beit HaMikdash, the Holy Temple of Jerusalem? Do you remember some tradition of the pilgrims, what they carried to the Temple of Jerusalem? They were, remember, in that time, we didn't have synagogues. We have just the Holy Temple of Jerusalem. The first temple was built by Shlomo HaMelech, by Solomon, the king. The second temple was built by Herodes, also the king Herodes. But how and who were taking care from the temple were the Kohanim, the priest. What about fruits and temple? Which is the relationship between fruits and the temple, the Holy Temple of Jerusalem? Do you remember? In this,
They brought fruit for an offering.
yes. When?
I remember you couldn't eat fruit off a tree for its first 2 years. And then during the third year, you brought the fruit to the temple, if I'm remembering correctly.
No. You need to take the first fruits, okay? The first fruits you need to bring to the temple in 3 holidays. Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot. They were 3 times during the year that the entire people was invited to go to Jerusalem and to take what we call bikurim, the first fruits. Try to imagine something and try to see the generosity of our tradition. When many of you have gardens in your homes, you are crazy to take the first fruit and eat and to taste and to enjoy for the first fruit. What the Jewish tradition said, the first fruit you need to take and you need to bring to the Holy Temple. It's like a present, it's a gift for God, and it's a gift that you are giving to the Kohanim also. Look at the generosity, the first fruit that you were taking care of them for the entire year. Okay, you take care from the sun, from the rain, from everything, and then instead to eat by yourself, you need to go to the Temple of Jerusalem and to give as a gift for God in recognition. And of course, part of these fruits, the Kohanim used to eat. This is part of the generosity and the cycle and how we understand nature and the relationship between fruit and between also the priest and God. But in the nature cycle, we have the obligation to work how many years and how many times we need to stop to work the land or the ground. Do you remember we have special names for these years? And also are Kabbalistic numbers. Which is the Jewish number that represents a complete cycle? 5, 7, 7, David? Okay, it's right. Yes, the cycle is complete by the number 7, okay? 7, regarding to nature, we call Shnat Shemitah, the 7th year, and it's forbidden to work the land. You can't enter to work your land. You need to leave the land. You know why? You need to eat, of course that you need to eat. But why you need to leave your land without working? Yes, Diane.
Nutrients?
Yes, exactly. Yes, the land, the earth needs to recover his power with nutrients, and then this is the 7 years. In the 8th year, you will start the game, and in the 9th year, you will start to collect the new fruits. Okay, then the years that you are not going to produce or to plant or to work the land, you need to take care and you need to have, yes, a number of appropriate food to eat during to these 2 years. And we have, when you add 7 times 7, 7 times 7, we arrive to Shnat Yobel, that it's the 50th year, that we have equal value of the law, like the 7th year, but it's more important because you arrive to the 50 years, and in the past, who was slaver have the opportunity to be free. We are talking about the Jewish slavers, and they decide by themselves if they would like to continue to serve their owners or not, of they are going, of they are really receive their freedom. And the same rule applies to the land. The 50 year, it's Shnat Yovel. It's a way to say that the land need to rest and then recover the natures and the entire force to give in 2 years, yes, once again, to give all that you expect from the land. It's a relationship between the man, the land, and God. Yes, the three of us are involving with the cycle of nature. Hillel started to celebrate this in Babylon, and it's important because it's the season that rains finish in the land of Israel, and the land is appropriate to be working. Other things that are important regarding this date, to Bishvat, that we need to consider that the Seder, or during the Seder, you need fruits from the land of Israel to be blessing. Yes, David, sorry, I didn't see your hand.
Oh, that's okay. I just had a couple questions for the 7 years. It's like, Shabbat 7 days. You have a year of rest. Did everyone practice the same year of rest, or was it individual from when you got started?
No. In Israel, it's a law. You have the Shnat Shemitah, and for example, the kibbutzim stop to work the land during this year.
Can they harvest fruits or that don't involve working the land?
Yes, and perhaps they import from other countries to sell.
But they can pick the fruit off the trees. They just can't.
No,
plant.
yes, of course.
Okay, I'm just wondering how it worked. Thank you.
And it's another important things regarding to pick the fruits from trees. Do you remember the story of Ruth, the Ruth from Moab? When we are talking about the history of Ruth of Moab, we remember that Ruth and Naomi, yes, they were very, very poor, and it was a law that the fields were open to the poor people to enter and pick up the fruit by their own. Let me tell you, and let me share with you, when I walking around Riverside in our region, and I saw so many fruits in the ground, I have a pain, because I'm thinking about the people who can eat from that fruit. Of course, that they are inside the private properties and you can enter to take these fruits. But if the law, like in the Torah, in the Old Testament, it was falling here in Riverside, the fields must be open once a week for the poor people to enter and pick up this fruit. Okay, this is the law, and we have many laws in the Torah regarding to nature. For example, this is not me, it's written in the Torah. The people of Israel enter to the Holy Land, and in their way to the Holy Land, they met many other people, and not all of them were friendly people. But if the people of Israel needs to fight against the other people, one of the laws was that it's forbidden to cut the trees from the enemy. It was forbidden to cut the trees of the enemy. And look at this. Yes, you are fighting. You are there. You lose your mind. You are worried about many things, but the law appears and said, you can cut the trees for your enemy. Okay, and there are different ways to understand this. We have many important concepts about this. This is okay. In one hand, we have Tsar Balei Chaim. We can give pain to all that it's involved with nature, like animals, because if we are cutting a tree, we also prejudice animals. But we need to take care, and this is what we call Bal Tashchit. Bal Tashchit, it's we can't destroy the nature. Bal Tashchit. Also, if are the trees of our enemies, it's a law. It's a law. You can't destroy. This is part of what we call in Hebrew, Bal Tashchit. You can cut the trees of your enemy. Okay, many considerations about nature and Judaism. We talk about Shnat Shemitah. We talk about Shnat Yovel. We see now Bar Tashchit. It's another important concept. You can cut the trees, but also you can see in through the Jewish institutions. One of them, it's very, very important, and it was created in 1908. The State of Israel was created in 1948. 40 years before the creation of the State of Israel was created the Keren Kayemet LeIsrael, that it's the Jewish agency that nowadays it's taking care for the forest in Israel. Okay, we have an organization, a non-profit organization, who was created by Jews and to take care of the land of Israel. At the beginning, they were responsible for the Aliyah, for the migration. I will read later, David. I saw that you wrote something and you sent a link, okay? This agency, this Jewish agency, after the creation of the State of Israel and after to take care from the immigrants, okay, they start to develop the different forests in Israel. And you know that you have many places in Israel that receive name, and you can donate, and you can have your own tree. It's very common, for example, when you celebrate a wedding, when you celebrate a bar mitzvah, when you celebrate a happy things, to make a donation and to have a tree in your name in the land of Israel. Israel, it's one of the unique places or countries that you have more trees than citizens. It's very interesting. Yes, Diane.
Through the years, we've donated to plant several trees. And the last time I went to Israel, silly me, I wanted to go see the trees that I planted. But that's silly because it's very random. Like they don't designate this is where your tree is, you know.
But perhaps all depend the moment and who you contact. But I know, for example, sometimes you receive, of course, that they are not going to put the name in each tree.
No,
Okay,
of course not.
difficult,
No.
but at least you know you have specific regions. So, for example, I don't know, there is the Friends of Brazil. Okay, and I'm thinking that all the donations they give the forests of Brazil. I don't know. And they have a specific, perhaps we can organize something, speaking loud, perhaps we can organize one region from the Temple, Better Riverside, okay, plantation on to specific donation, okay. but they stimulate through the trees to collaborate and to donate to the land of Israel. We know that one of the most important things that we need in Israel is trees, and how our ancestors and how the first immigrants who came to Israel fight against typhus and any other disease that are coming from the nature. Okay, they work to plant and to create conditions to live. Yes, it was very, very difficult, and many of the illness are coming because the bad conditions of the land, of the ground. Okay, and they work very, 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 very hard. Resources, and how you can explain nowadays that we have in our planet many people who don't have what to eat, when we have extension of land and ground to plant, and we have enough food perhaps for the entire planet, but the problem that food or that don't arrive to the right people. It's impossible to understand how we can have hungry people in this world. If you look around and you see the nature and you see the trees and you see the fruits and the vegetables and everything.
Not to mention all the waste that goes on.
Yes, yes. But we are talking about ecology. You are talking about ecology, and ecology, it's a very modern concept. But when we are talking about Shnat Shemitah, the 7th year, and the 49th year, and the cycle that we need to wait, and the land needs to rest, it's something really revolutionary for that time. The leaders, okay, gave this idea to the people to take care for the land and how important it is to rest. It's not just the land who needs to recover the power. It's also us as human that we are working this land that we need to recover and recycle our force. And this is something that we need to consider. And I see in Judaism an advanced religion. Yes, they are not every religion who is taking care from the land, the ground, the trees, and water. We didn't speak about water, but water it's another resource. Okay, and it's an important resource. And if we study why many wars starting in Israel, they're starting because problems of water. Okay, it's natural resources. When one of the wars with Syria, for example, you know that in the region of the Golan region, many rivers descend to Israel, and this water it's coming to the Kinneret, and later on it's going to the Dead Sea. But what the Syrians did, they construct something to send the water in another direction, and then Israel started war because they need the resources. And also another way that to develop technology, they are taking water from the Mediterranean and also from the Dead Sea, and they have a special process to take out the salt, and this water needs to become water to drink. And recycling, this is another thing. I remember the first time that I visited the kibbutz in Israel. Okay, I went to the cousin's house. In the end of the day, I went to take a shower. Okay? And my cousin started to shout that I need to turn off the shower. I put soup in my body, and then I need to turn off the water I need to clean my body, and then I need to turn on. And
Mhm.
I understand. I coming from South America. You
Mhm.
you turn on you open, yes, and perhaps you spend 20 minutes, half hour under the shower, and perhaps Ryan and Randy, who are in the desert area, they know better than me. Okay, you don't have water, and water sometimes it's precious like gold. Okay, and if you don't have this resource, you can live. I was very impacted when I visited some days ago. I went to Palm Desert, and the main park in Palm Desert have artificial grass. And the discussion in my family was if it's natural or artificial grass. And it's artificial grass. It's like a carpet because they don't have water, and makes sense, but it's not natural grass. It's just a couple of miles from here. Then water became an important resource for us. And if you are not taking care seriously for the trees, we will have many important problems in our planet, okay? Because we need to complete the cycle, and we need oxygen, and we need fruits, and we need shadow, and we need anything that the trees produce. And this is something that this date give to us to stop and to think about the importance of the nature. In the kibbutzim in Israel, it's very common this day to dedicate to plant new trees. Especially, yes, the kids are involved, not in urban areas. In urban areas it's really very difficult. An idea that we can develop, Diane, with the mayor, perhaps as a Jewish community, to dedicate this day to go to a square to plant new trees. Yes, we as Jewish community, this is something that we are doing in South America. We contact mayors from different places. For example, now it's summertime in South America. Many Jews are in the vacation areas. They contact the mayors of the vacation areas, and in Tu B'Shvat, they are going as a community to plant trees, to give as a gift for the local community, for the local communities, yes, and from the city of small towns. This is our holiday, but we are sharing our holiday with the entire society. And this is something very nice to do. Perhaps we can think about for next year.
Sounds good. Yeah.
If you love the idea.
Yes, I do.
Okay, let me share another values from this date to Bishvat. Okay, it's a different kind of Rosh Hashanah. Yes, but it's a Rosh Hashanah. It's a new year. It's a new beginning. We have the specific blessings that we need to say, and but sometimes, if it's possible, it's good to have the same fruits that we have in the land of Israel.
Mhm.
Perhaps there are different fruits that we have here. Yesterday in the senior Habura, they said that because we have similar weather
Mhm.
here and Israel, we have similar fruits too. We have, for example, a tree of etrogim just in front of the gate of our temple. It's not common to see etrogim in other places out of Israel.
Right.
Perhaps you have some places when you can have etrogim trees. Italy, Israel, and here. I didn't see in other places.
So what does it taste like?
Etrog, it's like a lemon.
So people eat it or use it in
No,
cooking? Or...
No,
Okay,
no,
well, that's maybe why it's not so popular here.
no, we don't eat. And we use the etrog during the Sukkot holiday. Do you remember that we shake,
Right, yeah.
okay, the etrog lulav, adas naravam? Okay, I will see later your links, David. And we shake together. And this is another example of nature and Judaism. When we build the sukkah, the ceiling of the sukkah, it's not closed. Okay, it's open, but it's open, and we put some trees, okay, to see the sky. But it's a construction that it's in contact with the nature. And when we bless the Troglu, Lava, and Arava, the secret of the blessings is that they need to be together. Okay, and this is another example of nature and Judaism. And do you remember why we bless these four things together? Instead to take one in our one hand and other in our hand, we need to bless together. And the secret is that each one of these spaces represent one of us. The etrog represent the person who study Torah and keep mitzvot. And the etrog you can smell and you can taste the etrog. In the opposite side, you have from some trees, you can smell and you can taste nothing. And in the other two that we have in the middle, you can smell one and you can taste, and the other you can taste and you can smell, to create a balance. We are going from the person that it's like an example, who study Torah and keep mitzvot, the other study Torah and don't keep mitzvot, the other keep mitzvot and don't study Torah, and the fourth don't study Torah and don't keep mitzvot, but they are together because they are part of the people. And this is also, many of us who are parents, we know that our kids are like this symbol. It's like our kids. Yes, you have a kid who loves to study and love to keep mitzvot, to keep commandments, and other perhaps don't like to do anything, and they are the others in the middle. Okay, but the secret is to be together, to bless the four of them. And this is another thing that we need to understand. Let me open here, and I would like to read for you the four species that we have from the land of Israel. This is in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 8, because we have specific plants that we have in the land of Israel, and the idea is to bless these fruits, these specific fruits. Let me open Deuteronomy. Here it is. Let me open in English. I have the app in Portuguese. But if you have, let's see. Okay, Deuteronomy 8. Okay, Deuteronomy 8, verse 8. A land with wheat and barley, vines and fig trees, pomegranates, olive oil, and honey. A land where bread will not be scarce and you will lack nothing. A land where the rocks and iron, and you can dig copper out of the hills. Okay, when olive, it's typical, and it's regarding to the land of Israel. Remember, when the spies, do you remember the spies? One of each tribe went to the land of Israel. Then when came back, they came with grapes and with olives. One of the symbols of the Keren Kayemet of different Jewish agencies are two spies coming back with grapes, carrying grapes. This was really typical for the land of Israel, and sometimes here it's not common. Perhaps you are going in stores like Trader Joe's, and you can find fruits from all around the world, and it's very common. In Israel, the people who live in the towns and don't have conditions to go to the field and to plant new trees, they organize a meeting with their friends. They drink wine and they eat fruits. Two kinds of fruits: the regular fruits and the dry fruits. It's very common, and it's a nice evening. It's not a religious commemoration. We don't have specific prayers or services for Tu Bishvat, just to meet, to plant a tree, to say Sheheyanu when we eat a new fruit, and to share the time with friends, drinking and having a good time together. But the most important thing is the place that we are giving to nature. And we have a day to stop and to think about nature. It's not very common to stop and think about nature and the cycle and what we can do as Jews. And for us, it's mandatory to take care of the planet. And this is part of Tikkun Olam. We need to take care of the planet. This is our responsibility. And there is a funny story about Johnny, who called Johnny Ameagel, who refused to plant new trees because he said, "I'm not going to see this tree." And the answer was, "Okay, we are not going to see the tree or the shadow. We are not going to enjoy the fruits." Or you are not going to enjoy to sit under the tree and enjoy the shadow, but your next generation or your next generation are going to enjoy this tree. And this is, we are in a generation that would always like to see results, okay? I call our generation a fast generation, okay? Something you enter in one way and you are like a fast food, okay? You enter here and you are taking the food and you are going out. It's impossible. You need to take care from the trees. This take time. You must be patient. You must be really very involved to take care. This take a lot of time. You need to clean. Sometimes also the trees are ill and the trees died, and you need to replace. This has happened with some trees that we have in the entrance of Temple Bethel. Okay, we are planning now to have new trees. Unfortunately, yesterday that we had the senior Habura meeting, we couldn't plant a new tree. The Habura bought a new tree, but it was raining and it was really dangerous to arrive to the certain place to plant, and we are going to plant in the next days. But we need to take care, and we need also water. Yes, you can plant, but if you don't put water, this is a very hard problem. We mentioned the blessing of Sheheyanu. But if the fruit is not new, it's not a new fruit from the season, you don't need to, you don't have the obligation to say Sheheyanu. Sheheyanu just for a new fruit, as a new moment in your life. We have different kind of fruits, and sometimes we need to take care. And another things that perhaps we need to increase our practice, it's about Birkat Hamazon. Do you know what is Birkat Hamazon? It's not Prime Amazon, the trucks that you see around our cities, the blue trucks. Birkat Hamazon. Do you know what is Birkat Hamazon? It's the blessing of the food. It's very common in different cultures and in different religions. The people bless the food before they eat. Okay? We have a different tradition. We are doing specific blessings. For example, we bless a motzi, and a motzi lechem min haaretz, who takes the bread from the ground or from the land. It's one of the blessing that we used to say before eating. She'akol niya bidvaro. It's another blessing that we say before we drink any beverage. I joke that sometimes when I drink Coke, okay, Bure, you say this blessing, but it's not the Coke blessing. It's for all kind of beverage or water. And Bore minei mezonot, mazon, it's food. Before you start your dinner, your lunch, you need to bless the food. And it's a way to recognize the work that someone did with the land to obtain this fruit. Okay? And it's a way to recognize God who provides us this tree or this food. When we finish our lunch, our dinner, we bless again, and we bless with Birkat Hamazon. Birkat Hamazon, we bless for the food that we eat. It's we did the action and we recognize the action. We have the blessing that we did before, and we have the blessing that we are doing after. And this shows us that we have two kinds of blessings. Okay? And we have two kinds of acts, for example. Let me give you an example, another example. When you candle the lighting, okay, first you candle light, and second action, you bless the light. First, you do the action. Second, you bless. In this case, Birkat Hamazon, first you eat, and second you bless. Okay, it's different. The order is different. For example, when you wear or where you put the tefillin, okay, you start to put the tefillin, you stop, and you bless. There are some blessings that we start with the action, we stop, and we continue. And there are others that we bless before. For example, when we are blessing the wine, okay? Bore pri agafen. First of all, we are doing the action. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam bore pri agafen. And when we finish, we drink. Okay? In Birkat Hamazon, it's opposite. Okay? We started to eat. When you stop your dinner, when you stop your lunch, then you bless what you eat. And in these blessings, we have the short version of Birkat Hamazon. It's a long version of Birkat Hamazon, but we bless the fruits and we bless all the things that are coming, that it's coming from the land, from the ground. Okay, it's a recognition about what happened, and it's a conscious action. I yesterday explained to the senior group, to the senior Habura, that the animals, when you put a plate to your dog, many of you have a dog, they don't wait. Okay, you are coming from the kitchen, they are smelling, they saw your movement, they know their plate, they jump because they like to eat. In our case, it's different. Okay, we are sitting around the table, and we are doing a conscious act to bless, to recognize what we are going to eat. If not, if you are taking the food and we are starting to eat and we are not blessing, which is the difference between us and the animals? There is no difference. It's a conscious action. To eat, it's a conscious action to recognize God and to recognize the work that we did to obtain this product, this food. It's a way to recognize, and this is part of our tradition. Okay, not just to do mechanic the things, to recognize. And also, when we finish, we have another blessing. Water and rain. Rain is a blessing. And why we understand in a Jewish concept that rain is a blessing? Because if it's not raining, the nature cycle, it's not complete. In the past, in the polytheistic time, it was the god of rain. And the people pray the god of rain. Remember, when we are going to pray tomorrow, the tefillah, the Amidah, it's a small passage that we say, Morida Ruach, yes, Morida Tal, and or Morida Geshem. We recognize in God, and it's through God that the rain is coming. Okay, Morida Ruach or Morida Geshem. Okay, Ruach, it's wind. We recognize in God the wind, and we recognize in God the rain. And before, I don't know the all depend the season. I don't know. Let me see the word in English. When it's the early in the morning, when the grass is wet, how you call this?
Morning dew.
Let me see.
Dew.
Morning dew.
Okay, Rocio. I put and appears this way. I don't know. Rocio. No? How you call this? No?
Rocio, no.
No. I put this in Spanish to translate.
That's a girl's name.
Let me ask Siri. Siri, ¿cómo se dice Rocío en inglés? No. Siri, ¿cómo se dice Rocío en inglés?
Rocío.
No, Siri don't understand. Rocío. Let me write here. Perhaps you know, and you can help me.
I'll ask Alan.
Okay, Rocío. It's that the grass is wet, but it's not water.
It's dew.
Okay, dew.
DEW.
Okay, thank you. Okay, dew. Thank you, Randy. Dew. Okay, and when we pray the tefillah, I don't see clear, Wendy, sorry. When we pray the tefillah, we asking God for dew, or we asking God for water, for rain. Okay, and this is related to nature. I can see. You can write in the chat, Wendy.
It says do.
Dew. Okay, perfect. This is the right dew.
Oh,
Okay. And this
gosh, I had a
also-
friend named Rocio. I didn't know that's what that meant.
okay, but this is also happened, and we are praying during the Amidah. The Amidah, the Tefillah, is the most important prayer in our book. We are praying every day, asking God for rain or for dew.
Rabbi,
Yes.
Alan says escarcha. Escarcha?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Is it?
Escucha, yeah.
Which-
But I'm thinking that dew it's more appropriate.
Okay.
Okay. It's when it's wet. Okay, early in the morning,
Mhm.
when the sun appears, it disappear.
Right.
But it's like wet. It's like water.
It's
Dew.
yeah.
It's
Dew.
dew.
Yes, it's dew. Okay. Thank you for helping me with this word. But what I would like to show you is that we are praying for rain and we are praying for dew. And this is our relationship with the nature. Okay, other cultures are praying for their god of rain. When we are talking about monotheism, okay, these concepts come together. It's just one God, and then this God need to take care for everything that other peoples are praying for many gods. This is the reason that we have an all-dependent season. We are praying for rain or we are praying for dew. And it's interesting to see that we start to pray for rain after which holiday? After Sukkot. Because try to imagine if you are sitting in the Sukkah and we are praying for rain, it will be a problem. Then when Sukkot finish, the holiday of the tabernacles, when the Sukkot finish, we change the prayer. Instead to ask for dew, we start to pray for rain. And really, it's a blessing. It's not something bad for us, rain. It's something good. Of course, the problem is that the nature change, and sometimes we receive too much rain in one day, or it's raining in one day what's supposed to be raining in an entire months, and we have flood and other problems. But we need these rains. Okay. Other things that are related with Israel, it's the land of Israel. Okay. The land of Israel, it's a holy land. We call holy land. And the Mashiach will come to the land of Israel. This is a special land, and I'm trying to take you to this land and to see how important is this land. And many people ask for health of this land if they are buried in outside Israel, because they are thinking that this land it's a holy land, and then it's a special land, and if you put some earth in your grave, you will be blessed too. Okay. And then this is the reason that many people take some help from Israel. Okay, Tu Bishvat. More things about this day. Let's open on Deuteronomy now. Let's change the chapter. Let's go to Deuteronomy 11. to see the relationship between the land of Israel and our people. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 11. But the land you are crossing the Jordan to take possession of is a land of mountains and valleys that brings rain from heaven. It's a land the Lord your God cares for. The eyes of the Lord your God are continually on or from the beginning of the year to the end. So if you faithfully obey the commands and I'm giving you today, the love the Lord your God, and to serve him with all your heart and all your soul, then I will send rain on your land in its season, both autumn and spring rains, so that you may gather in your grain, new wine, and olive oil. I will provide grass in the fields for your cattle, and you will eat and be satisfied. If you read also in the Shema Israel, you will see the relationship between nature, rain, and years. It's a blessing to live a long life. And this is also regarding to the cycle. If you respect the land, if you respect the earth, if you respect your planet, and you respect your father and your mother, you will have the blessing to live a long life. Okay, but we have the commandments. We need to respect the commandments, and we need to practice the commandments. The commandments are there. We need to respect and we need to keep. And one of the commandments that it's mandatory. You can't ask if you need to take care from the planet or not. Yes, this is your obligation. This is our obligation. And this is the way that we understand our relationship with the land. The land of Israel, we have a famous, some verses are very famous. Eretz Zavat Halav, Halav Devash, Eretz Zavat Halav. This is the land of honey and milk. Okay, this is a land of honey and milk. And this is the relationship that we have and the respect that we have with the land of Israel. The fruits, the trees, the nature, the forests, the new and modern agencies that are taking care from the nature in Israel. And we have the blessing to live here in California, that all around us is nature. We have really regions. We are very blessed in the place that we are living, with many trees, with fruits, with vegetables, and we can consider ourselves very lucky to be in this place. And we have the responsibility in the other hand. It's not just to arrive and to come and to enjoy. We need to do our part, and we need to, our part is, for example, when we bless, we recognize what we have. We recognize what we are eating. We recognize nature, and if we recognize nature, we are recognizing God. Okay? And this is the complete cycle. Okay, nature, God, we, and what we provide to the next generations. Yes, Marcia.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, do you like to say something?
No, I was reading the messages.
Ah, okay.
Sorry about that.
No.
I can't figure out how to put my face up there though, so y'all are just gonna have to accept it. My name is me.
Okay.
Don't you see like if you hit the screen, do you have a video camera next to your audio microphone?
In the
Uh,
bottom, in the left side.
yeah, I have the video, yeah.
But
Is it
perhaps
on?
you need to. Oh, now we
Oh,
see your
well.
photograph.
Now I made it, before I had it so it was open. And if it's open, it still doesn't show
But
anything.
do you have something in front of the camera?
Did you take your lens cap off?
My lens cap on?
I'm
No,
seeing
but you know what? This is a brand new computer and I bet you anything, there's a piece of tape that's over all of it.
Uh-huh, okay. We
If
can-
I take this off, sorry to interrupt you.
No, don't worry, don't
Okay,
worry.
sweet. There you
I took
are.
it off.
There you are. You great.
Oh, we can see
Look at
you.
your pretty little face. I
Look at
see
you. You are such a liar.
Look at you.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, at least at the end we saw your face.
I don't see
Yeah.
it. I still don't see it.
Yes, we can see you now.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad somebody can.
Okay.
I see you, Diane. There I am. Okay.
My friends, any question, any commentary,
I
please.
that prayer that you mentioned that we sing before we eat. Can you sing a little bit of that? Because I think I know what that is.
We say Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei mezonot. Minei mezonot, we are blessing all kind of food.
But it's a song that we sing before.
Amotzi lechem min haaretz.
I know that.
One,
All right, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But you said,
and also we have Birkat Hamazon. Baruch atah Adonai
yeah, that's,
Eloheinu melech haolam.
yeah.
אזן את העולם כולו וטובו וחסד ורחמים רחמים הוא נותן לחם לכל בשר כי
You set him
לעולם
off, Diane.
הוא
I
טובו
love it. I
הגדול
love that.
תמיד לא חסר לנו
Yeah,
והליכה
he's forgetting to bang on the table
מזון
though. You gotta
בעולם
bang on the
ועד
table.
אמון. It's very common, I don't know here, but during the camp time,
That's what I
everybody
remember it
singing
from.
and making noise in the table.
Yeah.
And we love to
That's
do
where I learned it when I was a
Yes,
counselor
but
at boot camp.
that blessing, it's to the when we finish.
Uh-huh.
it.
Okay. You
And
did a nice job.
this is the blessing that we have sometimes in our Siddur, the short version or the big version.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
It's wonderful. And it just brings back wonderful memories.
good. Okay. Any other commentary?
You have a gorgeous wife.
Mhm.
I on Facebook, her thing came up, do you know this person? And she really is quite beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
And she's fun and sweet and smart.
Okay, my friends.
Smarty
And
pants.
I would like to say some more else. It's the first time that I'm in a community where most of the members have trees in their homes.
Oh, wow.
And I receive a lot of fruits from you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. And I appreciate this because it's something for important for you that you are sharing with me. It's
Just
your
wait
food.
for the summer, man.
Yes, and I really would like to appreciate and to say that it's the first time, the first community that I'm serving, that I'm working, that all the members fight to see who is taking and giving to the rabbi fruits. Thank you very much. You are very, very nice. It's
And
really,
he even takes fruit he doesn't really like.
yeah.
What don't you like?
No, I like it. I like it all.
He
Okay.
doesn't, can I tell him what I don't think
yeah.
you like?
You tell me.
There are some fruits that for me are new fruits. There are some that I
Blood
like.
oranges.
Oh, those are great.
Oh, they are really great.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
want some blood oranges? I've got lots of blood oranges.
I do.
Okay. Okay. My friends, let me just stop to record. Let's see if I don't find. No, I prefer to continue the record. If not, I don't know if I going to stop to broadcast. But to who enter in the middle, I would like to invite you to attend tomorrow. I know that it's Valentine's Day, but we are going to organize a Shabbat with love songs. This will be our gift. And during my sermon, because Valentine's Day it's not a Jewish holiday, I will speak about our own Valentine's Day. Today we talk in our meeting about Tu B'Shvat, and the Jewish Valentine's Day is Tu B'Av. Okay, it's the 15 in the month of Av, and I will explain why we have our Jewish Valentine's Day in another date and why we celebrate in Tu B'Av. If you like to know the answer, attend tomorrow the service.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Will your family be there tomorrow night or?
Yes,
Okay.
they will.
They're
Really?
gallivanting. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much once again
Thank
for your
you.
attention. Have a wonderful evening or night with rain, with blessing.
Okay. You too, Rabbi.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Ciao, ciao. Bye. Shabbat shalom in advance. Bye.
Okay. Bye.